Welcome back to Lakers Live. I am your host, Chet Novak. We are visiting with the head coach of the Lady Lakers basketball team, Dave Johnson. Coach, when we report, media-wise on the basketball games, most of the time we hit on points, rebounds, things you can measure.
Right.
But as I watch the Lady Lakers games when I'm in the field house, I see players that they don't fit in those categories, but they count a lot for the team.
Mm-hmm.
And just for an instance, what comes to mind is a player like Lindsay Woody.
Mm-hmm.
Not always big on the points or rebounds or whatever, but she gets a lot of minutes, and she's like an adhesive that keeps the team together. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit more about how important that is for her to do that, if you agree with that, her being one of those. And if there's other players on your team that fit that.
Well, I think Lindsay gives us a spark. She's a high-energy player, and I really like high-energy players. She gets a lot of loose balls. We have a play hard chart, and Lindsay's usually at the top of our play hard chart each and every game. We ask her to do a lot of different things. She's very versatile. She guards down low, but yet plays mainly on the perimeter on offense, but can post up on offense as well. So she does a lot of things that I'm sure people don't notice that we really need for our team. And like I said, she's high energy and a good leader and very upbeat. So it's something that we definitely need. I think Jenna Spitz does a lot for us too. I mean, we asked Jenna to play a role this year at point guard that she's not necessarily used to. And we're really pleased with what she's done. She's had minimal turnovers this year from her position. And, she's just really stepped up. She's more of a leader by example than by voice. I'm not sure that we have anybody on our team that is really outspoken. And that may be one of the issues that we could use is, somebody that's not afraid to step on other people's toes every once in a while and say the things that need to be said that really nobody else wants to approach.
And that needs to come sometimes from a player, not just the coaching staff.
I truly believe that. I mean, when I played the game, you always listen to your coach, but when your teammate says something to you and you really reflect on it, you kind of see it more from their standpoint than the coach. You always view the coach as somebody who's very critical a lot of times of your mistakes. But when your teammates call you out on your mistakes, that makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm. And they've had all these close games and a lot of frustration. Not everything has been bad. I thought they've played well still. Mm-hmm. Haven't closed out as well as we might, want. But everyone still gives 110% every game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I am tremendously proud of our kids in that they have come out, and I thought we had great bounce, great energy last Saturday night. And, to be honest with you, up until the last 3 minutes, it was an outstanding, fun game to be a part of. I really thought our kids battled hard. That was a very good team, a very athletic team with some really high-quality players on it. And I thought our kids just went toe-to-toe with them and many times out-hustled them and outplayed them. And so from that standpoint, got to be elated. We're disappointed with our record, but we're not disappointed with how we've approached things this year. I certainly wouldn't change anything. Mm-hmm. And I think our kids, sometimes you can do everything right and still don't get the result you want. And that's just something you have to deal with, but it shouldn't keep you from working hard and trying to achieve your goal. Mm-hmm. And I think our kids have done a good job of that this year.
Yeah, because we can, we discuss things here on the show or you're, with other media perhaps. It's always, as I said, it's something that's measured.
Right.
And what I'm trying to get to here is those intangibles, those things you can't really count them up.
Right.
If there's a 4-year university, should they be looking at these student athletes?
Oh, I would think so. I mean, I think a lot of our sophomores have the potential to go on and play. I think Lindsay Ward's just not even really reached her potential yet. She's just kind of making an upswing. The lights kind of went on with Lindsay in terms of she really values the game of basketball a little bit more now. She was out last year with an injury for most of the season. And once something's taken away from you, sometimes you realize the value of it. And I think that's really the case with her. The other sophomores, that obviously after going 23-8 last year as freshmen and then coming in, this is certainly not the record we expected to have, but it's what we have and it's a reality. And I think those kids have handled that pretty well. They show up every day and work hard and they're certainly doing everything they can to win. So I'm happy with that. But I definitely think that we have a lot of kids that can go on and play. They don't have what I would call tremendous numerical stats like we were just talking about. But we have a lot of kids with good leadership qualities, a lot of kids that could certainly fit a role at a four-year college.
Robinson coming up on Wednesday.
Lincoln Trail's very good. They're a very strong perimeter team. They've got some outstanding shooters. Tessa Johnson's a great three-point shooter. The Benning girl is a tremendous point. Elliott is a tremendous point guard. And they have a lot of pieces that fit together well on their team, and they're pretty deep. They go about 8 or 9 deep, and they really don't skip a beat. So that's something we're going to have to deal with. We're probably going to have to mix and match our defenses and change them up. And offensively, we need to do what we did Saturday night. We need to stay aggressive and push the ball. So, I mean, I think if we do that, we got a good chance.
Let's analyze basketball the Lakers way. A team's chances of success are improved when it comes to three-point shooting if the shooters are good at a skill often referred to as catch and shoot or catch and fire. This skill requires a good pass from a teammate. Although pass reception is important, the shooter must strive to get his or her feet set to shoot, gaining every split second of advantage on a defender. Another important aspect of the catch-and-shoot skill is getting focused on the target as soon as possible. Of course, good shooting form helps. Now let's analyze the Lady Lakers accomplish good three-point shooting by executing good catch-and-shoot skills. Ashley McKay fires a pass to Jenna Spitz, who's a bit late setting her feet but does an excellent job of focusing on the target. This allows her to take the three-pointer before a defender can adjust. In the next example, Casey Kunzler gets her feet set while receiving the feed from Jenna Spitz. She fixates on the target and lets her fly from the arc. This time, Kunzler feeds Callie Matzel, whose feet are already set while the pass is in flight. All that's left to do is focus and fire. Brooke Westjohn provides this feed, and for Matzel, it's another execution of feet, reception, focus, fire. And that's catch and shoot the Lakers way.
For Laker Live, I'm Emily Romine in the house. Are you guys getting excited for your opening season?
We're really excited. It can't come soon enough. We're practicing so hard, too.
Is there anything you guys are doing special this year that you maybe didn't do last year?
No, I think we're coming along really good as a team, though, right now. We look really good together.
And as a pitcher, have you set any goals for yourself this year?
Hopefully don't jinx us now, but win regional tournament and maybe go to nationals. That'd be awesome.
And now we hear you guys have a tournament coming up in Alabama. How are you guys feeling about that?
I think we're all ready. Kind of nervous, but I think it's going to be good after practicing this long.
My name's Colin Haas, and I play baseball here.
What position do you play?
I'm an outfielder.
And how did you get involved in Lakeland's program here?
I just made a lot of visits during high school, and I found that this was the best fit for me, the best academically and baseball-wise.
Now, you guys have an upcoming game here in Alabama, I hear. Are you guys pretty excited about that?
Yeah, we're pretty excited. That's going to be our first time we get to go outside is in Alabama and Georgia, and we're going to take a trip to Tennessee, so we're pretty excited for that.
Have you guys been struggling at all on anything this year? Is there anything you guys have really had to work at?
We've been working on our pitching staff. They struggled last year, but we look like we're going to be pretty good this year, a lot better than last year.
Do you have a lot of new recruits this year as well?
We do. We have a couple transfers that semester. Came from Texas and a couple big name kids, so it looks like we'll do pretty good.
All right. Thanks, Colin.
Okay, Kristen.